Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championships.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. We've got Mace, last session before the Christmas break. First of all, what have you made of the overall tournament so far?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a strange one, hasn't it? We've seen so many seeds go out. We've had 11 now seeds that have been dumped out, but I think the biggest shock was Gary Anderson, because the form he's been in, I think we all expected him to at least make a semi-final. But listen, there's a lot of pressure up there for the players. You saw Michael Smith under the pressure of defending 485,000, which has come off in the end. But yeah, I think he'll benefit from it in the long run, because he no longer has that pressure hanging around his neck, and he can maybe just reset and go again in January.
Yeah, look, let's just go to Gary straight away, because that is the huge story from here. Most people fancied him semi-final, final, or winner. What do you think went wrong?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't know that much about Jeffrey. I'm not sure. Sometimes, mate, you just go up there and it don't matter who you are. It's all relative. You know, I'd probably be happy to play as well as Gary did, but that was his sort of D game. So it's just relative. And credit to De Graaf, his finishing. He never let him breathe in that whole match. He was just on him from start to finish, and ultimately got the better of him. But it's one of those.
It's the big winner MVG without even throwing a dart.
I think so. When you look at all the players that have gone out of his little section, and you know, he must be looking at it and thinking, maybe it's my year. But I wasn't convinced with his performance either, to be honest. He was a bit fortunate that it was enough, more than enough. But he'll have to find gears. But I'm sure he's. Well, I thought his interview was good, because it sounds like him and Vincent have sat down and sort of come up with a plan in terms of prep for this. And who knows? Listen, we wouldn't be shocked if we won a fourth. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't, 100%. I said to Glenn earlier that if Luke and Michael all get to the quarterfinals, someone's not going to be happy, are they? Because they all can't play in the evening.
No, and they all can't win it either. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so one of them's going to
prove ego.
Yeah, exactly. One of them would be in the afternoon. It'd be interesting how they do it. Maybe they should rock paper scissors or something.
That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Be good footage.
Look, the numbers for this year are massively down. We've only had 3 ton plus averages as we record this as a session to go. A lot of low 80s to mid 80s. Why do you think that is?
Burnout.
As easy as that.
Yeah, just burnout, isn't it? And the thing is, at this time of year as well, you'll put in so much extra graft. You know, although you should do it all the time, I'm sure they're no different to me. And in the last, when there's 2 weeks out, you think, right, I'm going to really start pushing, and there's probably nothing left in the tank for a lot of them.
What do they need to do?
I have my numbers up there.
No. What do they need to do to sort this then? Is it an individual calendar management thing?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't miss the Players' Championship finals. There's too much money at stake. It's too big a tournament. Just maybe the ones prior to that, and how you manage your time. And as we know, a lot of players, darts has become even more popular, so the demand for them to attend exhibitions is greater. And you've got to factor all that in. I mean, I totally understand it. It's a bit like moaning about boxers wanting to get the most money. They're prize fighters. These guys play darts for money.
Look, we saw an unbelievable set of darts from Luke Littler. He keeps raising the bar from what we've seen, but this is double-edged here. One, did it mask an average performance? Mm-hmm. Obviously, the set itself was darts of the gods, but then afterwards, did the pressure finally tell of everything that is on his shoulders? I
think so, and I think we saw that in sets 1 and 2. And then the set with the 140.91, but the staggering part about the first 9 dart average was 152 and change. I mean, that just shows you what he's capable of. 11, 10, 11, and made it look easy. Like, I do that all the time in practice, but yeah, it was quite sad afterwards. But I think it was just, listen, no one's been under the spotlight ever in our sport like it's on him right now, and I think all the build-up, all the expectation, all the pressure being put on him, and I think it was just relief maybe. And like I said to you before, we've got to remember he's a 17-year-old boy.
100%.
And please don't, people go, we used to go to the war when we were 17. 17-year-olds aren't built like they were 60, 70, 80 years ago. And listen, he's a nice lad. He's got a gentle aura about him, and he felt it.
Premier League contenders don't want to be picked. They seem to be playing themselves out of contention at the moment. No one's standing up and saying, pick me.
No, they're not really. You were thinking about Gary if he wanted to play it. Listen, tonight Scott Williams and Rob Cross lock horns. You know, I'm sure Rob Cross is thinking about a Premier League spot, as is Scott Williams if he has another. Well, made the final here, and he made the semis last year.
Yeah, semi-final.
So listen, he's capable of it. I think he's box office. He's great fun, and wears his heart on his sleeve.
Has Michael Smith played himself out of the Premier League next year?
Yeah, with the year he's had, and you know, it seems bizarre that a guy comes in number 2 seed and
could be 18 or 19.
And not even being considered for the Premier League. It'd be a brave move, but how are they going to pick them anyway? I mean, the top 4 will pick themselves, but the next 4, for me, there's probably a group of 8, but 8 don't go into 4.
Well, the 2 Welsh boys in particular.
It does.
the 2 Welsh boys in particular. One, Gezi seems to have a change of heart and now saying he wants to, and again, a good run here. And Johnny Clayton, he's just come for an absolute nail biter.
Unbelievable.
But he's in the tournament, and he could provisionally be world number 5 or 6. So that might be hard to leave him out as well.
Yeah, and listen, he ticks all the boxes for the Premier League. He's popular. He's great with the fans. Plays some wonderful darts up there. Loads of 180s. I think he's in with a great shout.
Look, this whole tournament so far hasn't quite caught light. Are you expecting after Christmas the fireworks to start?
Yeah, I think those will be relieved to be in and have a Christmas at home with their family, give themselves a chance to recharge the batteries, and then you can see the end, you can see the winning line, and I think we'll start to. I think, listen, when this went to 96, I said it then. This tournament starts on the 27th.
What's going to happen next year when it starts on with 128?
Might as well just live here for a month.
Are we ready for 128 for what we've seen?
Yeah, from what I continue to see from some of the Asian players especially, and I thought Rashad was brilliant. And there must be a lot more out there. We've just got to find a way of giving them not necessarily a proving ground, but some form of experience before they're literally going from playing on the floor to the lion's den that's alley-pally. And I think we need to find a way of almost like a Euro Tour type style thing in these territories, maybe, I don't know, but on a smaller scale, of course.
Luke and Luke, all that collision course for the semi-final, has anything changed your mind? Do we still see that semi-final?
Yeah, for sure. It was both fuss-free for both of them, and listen, they're reactive players and they have gears and they can find gears, and I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Michael, in the bottom half, does he make it all the way through, do you think, or do you still think there's vulnerability there that he may slip up?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about him. I want to see him in a game where he's tested and has to find something, and if that's in the locker, then he could for sure make the quarters at least.
But just these young players, Rock, Dobie, Rids, they are hungry, aren't they?
And they're fearless, and I don't think there's that fear factor with Michael as much. It's still the respect of playing one of the greatest, or depending on your opinion, the greatest players ever to do it, and it's still a massive sculpt. So you have to deal with that as well.
Nice, absolute pleasure, mate. We'll let you carry on. You've got the VIP to go and do.
I have, mate. I have. Cheers, pal.